Hey y'all, I'm back. Time to talk about customer development and analytics strategy early days for JustRead. So in the last video, I said that my plan was to go out and learn more about how it works. I was going to become a power user, try out the features, maybe discover some new use cases. And so I've done that to some extent. I won't say I've tweaked every single option in the settings, but I've played around with it. And I did actually discover at least one use case that wasn't on my radar when I first started using it. So the homepage for the app makes very clear the use case of making readable a very ugly or distracting site like the Daily Mail as you see here. And this is what I've been using it for, but I found something else. It's similar, but it's slightly different. This is lesswrong.com, and this is not a hideous, distracting site, but it is a fairly bright white background. And I find when I'm reading for longer than 5 minutes at a time, and I read these articles for maybe an hour at a time sometimes, it hurts my eyes. It's a little too bright, it's a little too glaring, and so just clicking Just Read swaps out the background color for me. So there's no ads to hide or pop-ups to block, any silliness like that, but it still really changes my experience, and it's useful in that way. All that said, when I think about it, me sitting in a corner trying to play with settings and discover use cases is not the best use of time, because sooner or later, hopefully sooner, I should be talking to actual users. And when I do that, they will show me the settings that matter. They will show me the use cases that are important. So that's what I need to be doing, and that is the plan. I'm going to talk in this video about the requests for access and analytics that I'm about to send to the founder. And I don't know for sure what he has, what he can and can't give me, but these are the things that I'm hoping to find or learn about or gain access to. And I've broken it down into 3 categories. Basically, it's the funnel, the app, and then the users. So starting with the funnel and the top of the funnel, how do people find out about JustRead? I actually have no idea. I know it's on the Chrome Web Store, but I don't think too many people are discovering new extensions there. So I need a little context on that. And then in particular, whatever social accounts we have, I want to be aware of and if possible gain access. So it doesn't look like there's a Twitter. I haven't checked Facebook. I'm not sure if we have any, but if we do, I want to know, okay, well, how many fans do we have? Have we been posting regularly, and do people engage with those? Do we get shares and mentions? All that stuff. So I'll be looking at that as well as whatever else we've got, I guess. What else have we tried? How are people finding the app? And so then moving to the website itself, to the homepage, I see that we have Google Analytics installed. And by the way, if anybody wants to know what's going on with all this stuff on the side of the screen, let me know. I can make a video about that. But this is an inspector that lets you know what's going on a web page, and I see that we do have that installed. So I'd like access to that, and I'm curious about what, if any, custom events we might have set up there. Can I see whether people are watching the video, and can I see maybe clicks through to the web store? And then that's the last frontier. That's the last part of the funnel, is the web store. Can I see where people are landing? Can I see visitors? I know I have access to some analytics within the web store. I know it's limited, and I know we'll have to divide it up amongst Chrome and Firefox. So just to get a rough idea of what we can learn from that data, I'm going to ask for that. So that's the funnel such as it is. And I know also the app now has its own payment system, so I need to step through that. I'll do that in a separate video. Basically, the funnel has changed a little bit, and the analytics we have access to might have changed too. So next up is the app itself. I want to know what, if any, analytics we have from users of the app. And I don't think we do. But for example, if I can find out how common it is for people to change out the CSS styles personally, that would be good to know, just to understand usage a little bit better. How often do people use the delete function and whatever other features are available? I'm curious about that. I don't know that we have events firing for those behaviors, and it's fine if we don't. But if we do, I want to see them. So basically the ask here is, what in-app analytics do we have, and can I get a look? The last area is about the users themselves. I want to know what I can about their experience and how we communicate to them. So we have lots of good reviews on the Chrome Web Store, and I'm curious if we have other channels of communication, chat logs or support tickets. I know that in GitHub there's an active issues section, so I can mine that for information, but do we have other means of communication? And what are the questions that users bring up? Where do they get stuck? What do they wonder about? What are they asking for? What can I learn from that? So beyond the public GitHub issues, I'm going to ask, are there any other chat logs, tickets that I can take a look through? Along with that, ideally, I would ask for a personal introduction from the founder to a couple of true fans, assuming we know who they are and how to reach them. If I could talk to a few people, just a couple people who absolutely love this app, that's going to set me way ahead of the game in understanding what people love about it, why they love it, and how they use it. So I will ask if he can reach out to a couple people that he knows are heavy users or happy users, and see if they'd be willing to talk for 15-20 minutes just about how they use the app. And then the last thing I need to ask for is just his approval for me to reach out cold to other users. If I find someone mentions the app on Twitter, I want to go DM them and say, hey, can we talk about JustRead? I'm working with the founder. Just want to make sure that's okay, maybe run my script by him so that he's comfortable with how I'm representing the product. And that'll be my ticket to go start having these conversations with people and learning how they use it. Meanwhile, getting the analytics to get a higher level view of how people are engaging with the brand from top of funnel all the way through to conversion. And then I'll come back with what I'm learning from that. So that's for the next video.